I would like to show you how to find information and how to generate code by using Safari's learning platform here in Spryker. So you can go to Safari and you can click in search. And let's suppose that you're interested in using Propel in Spryker. So you just type Propel and you can see that you have different results like this course that I already recorded some days ago, and you can go straight to the course, or you can just ask the assistant, the AI. Just click Ask the Assistant. Then the assistant is searching for all of the courses, not the internet, but the courses that are present in Spryker, and it's going to generate the information you're asking for here directly in Safari. And you can see Propel ORM in Spryker, overview and best practices. You have all of the information. The typical usage in Spryker includes defining schema files, and it shows where the module should be placed, the persistence layer, the prefix, and all this information is present in the course. And you can see here the source where this information was fetched. So you can directly click on the link and open the course if you want to follow the course, or you can just go on chatting with the assistant. And here, for example, you can see recommended. You can click on one of the cards. Can you show an example of a full Propel schema file? And you can see that it's browsing the Mastering Propel ORM course. And then it can show you a whole schema file. Let's see. There are some issues with the XML generation here, but you can just ask, for example, to escape the entities that are present here. But now let's suppose that you have all the information that you want, and you want to generate a new module and generate the code for the persistence layer. In this case, let's suppose that we wanted to create a module, for example, a log module to log data in Spryker. And let's ask the assistant, please help me create a module called SprykerLog and help me generate the Propel schema file for the following columns. And we're going to add log ID, log date, context. They could be, for example, ifs, glue, z, and description, for example. Let's press enter and let's see what information we can get from the assistants. So it's going to go inside the Propel course and take a look at the examples that I created in that course. And based on the code that is going to find inside the course, is going to generate the script for you. So you can see here the information that is going to create the log ID, log date, context, and description, that the module is going to be placed inside the Z folder, SprykerLog, persistent Propel schema. And then here, we don't see the source code. I'm going to ask the assistant to escape the XML entities here so that we can see the source code. So you can see here the log ID primary key, log date stored the long timestamp required, the context. Okay, let's see. Let's ask it, please escape the XML file entities so it can be shown in a browser. The first time that I used it, it was generated correctly. Let's see if now by escaping the tags, it could generate the file. All right, and you can see that now we have the file. So you can use this Propel file in your code. You see the table name, the log ID, integer, primary key, auto increment. We have the log date column as a timestamp. We have the context. And then we can ask it to create all of the code inside the persistence layer. Please add the code for the persistence layer, such as factory, entity, manager, and repository. Don't forget to add the interfaces where needed. You can see that it's browsing the courses, and you can see that it found creating a Z persistence layer for Antelope. Okay. And you can see here the code, the abstract persistence factory, And you can see that it created a method for creating an instance of the SprykerLog query and an instance for the SprykerLog mapper so that it can map transfer objects to the entity. And here you can see that it created also the repository, and you can see here get SprykerLog collection, and it returns a SprykerLog collection transfer. And you can see here that the factory is called, then it creates an instance of the log query and find, and then it maps the result into the collection. And here you can see the entity manager where we have the save SprykerLog. It creates an instance of the PYZ SprykerLog. It converts the transfer to array, and then it passes it to the entity. Is correct because for small things like that, we don't need a DTO. And you can see the mapper here. If we want to go further, we can ask, please create all of the transfers needed for the module. So you have all the instructions here, like creating the Spryker_log.transfer.xml inside the shared folder for the SprykerLog module. You can see that the instructions to create the SprykerLog transfer, the log collection, okay, and then we can ask, please generate, let's be more specific in our request, generate the XML code for the transfers. Don't forget to escape the XML and tags and entities so it's visible in a browser. Why? Because the LLM doesn't know that we're using it with a browser interface. Here we have the DTO definition in our XML file. You can see the SprykerLog. It has the log ID, the log date, the context, the description. We have the collection. We have the SprykerLog criteria in order to filter by log ID, by context. Okay, you name it. So this is just a summary of what you can do in our platform, in learning platform Safari. So give it a try. And of course, you can also do the same thing by going to the course. If we search for Propel, and then if you open the course, you can go to the last card that you see here, Q&A, and here you can do the same thing. Okay, you can ask, how can I create a Propel schema file for a log entity? Let's not give all of the columns, just this information. So it's going to browse the course, and based on the examples that we have inside that course, it's going to generate the source code for you. And here you can see it. We have the XML file. It added all of the columns that we needed without our asking it to do it. So you can see here the log entity, foreign key for the user, for example, what user executed certain things inside the system. We have the entity type, entity ID, the action, data. You can see the foreign keys. Okay, so it's wonderful. And then you can even click here, one of the suggestions, how do I define relationship between tables in Propel? And you have all the information inside the course. So you can follow the course, of course, I advise you to, but you can interact with course and then tailor the course to your need. Okay, you can see here, this is awesome. So give it a try, and I hope you learn a lot. Thank you. See you soon. Bye.